yesterday, I'm not sure if you heard about it, but a report from the Department of Homeland Security came out basically saying that anybody that doesn't agree with our current government and favors smaller government, lower taxes, these are conservative ideas, but apparently anybody that believes in this, that subscribes to this ideology, can be construed as a radical or as a crazy right winger that has seditious tendencies or something like that. And that, to me, we're basically saying adhere to the Constitution and let's get back to what our country was founded upon, and we're now being labeled as radicals. So
and that's anyone who supports the Constitution and the Bill of Rights.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly right. If you support the separation of power, specifically, they cited those that endorse the idea of states' rights. Now that's federalism. Right. That's in the Constitution. But apparently, those that are states' rights advocates are considered to be potential radicals.
Right.
So I really fear for our country when those of us who believe in what the Constitution stands for are labeled radicals by our own government. They lumped in returning veterans, military veterans, because of their prowess with using weapons, and those people can apparently, according to the government, be recruited into radical organizations and may take up arms against the government. Now, last I checked, there's no movement to take up arms against the government.
Right.
What our movement is to vote against the people that are in office right now that we don't agree with, and try through our votes to get them out of office. Nobody's talking about a radical uprising. That's ridiculous.
And how do you like them grouping us together with white supremacists and Al-Qaeda terrorists and all that?
Unfortunately, they will always do that sort of thing to try and marginalize. I mean, they said today, these tea parties, which, I mean, if you look at what's happening here in Syracuse today, I'm not very good at estimating crowd size, but there are several hundred people here today.
Right.
And you have to believe that in some of the larger cities, they're going to get thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands. Yeah. And the point is, they tried to say these tea parties are nothing more than sour grapes from conservatives.
Right.
Well, you know what? When you're getting hundreds of thousands of people showing up in every city, and these are people that work. We have jobs. So as I'm doing right now, I'm on my lunch break. You know, I'm going a little bit long on my lunch break, but we have jobs. We can't just rent a bus and all go to Washington, D.C. That takes us going to our bosses and taking time off.
Right.
So, you can try and marginalize this all you want, but this is a real viral grassroots thing that's happening in the country, and it's not an anti-Obama thing. It's not a Republican versus Democrat thing, because a lot of us who may have been Republicans don't feel like the party's representing us.
Right.
So this is basically a taxpayer statement to Washington that you're spending too much. We live within our means. Now you need to do the same.
As a part of the Constitution and states' rights and everything, do you believe in the separation of church and state?
Absolutely.
So how do you feel about the 26,000 clergy people that have been hired by Obama?
You know, I mean, I think the Supreme Court, if memory serves, I think when President Bush initiated the faith-based initiative, I think the Supreme Court ruled that constitutional, as long as the government wasn't dictating to them what to say in the pulpit, or So if the Supreme Court says it's okay, under George Bush, I think, as far as memory serves, I think it's all right. I don't have too much of a problem with it. But certainly the separation of church and state, it's not in the Constitution, but you got to go back to the Mayflower Compact for that. Everybody seems to say it's in the Constitution or the Declaration. Right. It's not.
I was just relating because that's what we were talking about.
Yeah. I'm a staunch believer in separation of church and state, but I'm not a believer in. I'm a believer in freedom of religion, but not freedom from religion. Right. I don't believe the government ought to be putting basically making
no religion here
Christians the enemy, which seems to be the order of the day in this country now. So, but certainly I don't believe the government should be in the business of dictating religion. I mean,
Yeah.
We got away from that in England, hundreds of years ago.
Yeah. I have a bumper sticker on my car that said, "Last time we mixed politics with religion, people got burned at the stake."
That's right. That's exactly right. But I mean, obviously, you can't deny that there is an intersection between politics and religion. They're always going to mix. Preachers are always going to get up in the pulpit on Sunday morning and make statements that can be construed as political. But as far as and I mean, there's a free speech thing there as well. So I don't have any problem with politicians and clergy working together for the good of the country. But as far as if the Obama administration wants to recruit thousands of clergy to
26,000
go out and spread their message, that is pretty ridiculous and outrageous and unconstitutional.
Right.
So.
Seen any acorn people today?
No, I haven't. No, but I did expect to see some, and they may be out here. Who knows? You know? I mean, they're going to come out and try and look. There's not much any of us can do about it. It's a free country.
There's no people in black ski masks, as far as I've seen, anyway.
No, I mean, they're going to show up, but it looks to be pretty peaceful right now. I don't think there's been any problems at this point. And police are here, and they're all pretty calm, standing around watching things. And that's a statement. I mean, this is not we're not violent people. We aren't radical revolutionaries. We're people that believe in doing things the old-fashioned way, which is using our voice and our vote to affect change, not revealing our political opponents' donor lists and things like that, and their home addresses, so that people can go and terrorize them.
Yeah.
We don't act like that on our side.
Remind government that we empower them; they don't empower us.
True.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true.
Thank you.
Anytime.
I know you're on your lunch break, so I'll let you go.
Anytime, no problem.
Okay.
Pleasure to do it.
All right, bye-bye.